Hello everyone, it's Melina and welcome back to my channel. I'm doing another journal with me video today. I have collected a small pile of items from my life that I want to add into my journal, and my goal is to make that pile a little bit smaller with each journaling session. The first item that I'm adding in is this cute little pamphlet that I received when I recently purchased a new Hobonichi notebook. It has some really cute drawings on it, so I wanted to be able to put it into my journal, but also be able to take it out, open it, and look at it. So I figured the best way to do that is putting it into a pocket. I had this pocket that I created from a book page in one of my previous videos. I can link it down below if you want to check it out. But that made it super convenient because I already had a few envelopes and pockets ready to go if I need to use them in my journal. So that can definitely help with making the journaling process go a little bit faster. And this pocket fit the pamphlet perfectly, so all I had to do was glue it into my journal using my tape runner. The next thing that I'm adding into my journal is this garden map from the Botanic Gardens. I went there to have a little picnic and walk around. I found this navy piece of paper in my scraps, and I'm turning it into a pocket by applying tape on 3 of the edges and then attaching it to the bottom of the page. While I was digging through my scraps, I came across this little piece of paper that had an image with a tree on it with the flowers blooming. And I thought that really fit in with the vibe I was going for on this page. I really wanted to add some more elements of florals and botanicals. So I decided to stick that scrap piece of paper on the left page in the empty space. I trimmed away the excess paper, and then I layered on a piece of washi tape with a leaf pattern on it to add to the botanical feel. I also felt like the pocket I created was a little bit too short and I wanted to extend it a bit. I found some lace and I used it to create a trim along the border of the pocket, and I just glued that using some liquid glue. I think adding the lace makes the pocket look less plain and also adds a textural element to the page. On the next page, I decided to add in some photos that I took at the Botanic Gardens. I printed out 3 photos and I was trying to lay them out on the page in a way that looks good, and I was kind of struggling with it until I cut down one of the images into a square. So I had a vertical, horizontal, and square image, and that made it easier to find the space for all of the images. I wanted to back each of the images with a little border, so I went through my scraps and found some patterned papers that I could add behind each of the photos. I actually did a slightly different border for each of the photos. For the purple flowers, I added a border behind it, but only on one side of the image. For the pink flowers, I added a purple background, and I just slightly offset that from the photo, so it's kind of like a box shadow effect. And lastly, for the square picture, I just created a border all around the entire image. I glued each of the images with their backings onto the page using my tape runner again, and I also left some space to add in some journaling. After gluing down all of the images, I thought to myself, what else does this page need? And of course, the answer is more florals. If you follow me on my channel, you might have picked up on the fact that I really like florals and I love adding those types of images into my journal. So I figured for a botanical themed spread, I just had to go all out. I looked through all of my floral stickers to find one to put onto the page, and I ended up picking this white flower just because it fit into the space. The next part of the video cut out a little bit, so I apologize for that. All I did was add in a piece of ephemera with some plant images, and I created a frame around it by applying washi tape on all of the edges, and that helped to make the piece of ephemera stand out from the background. Lastly, I just added some journaling into the blank spaces on the page. That is all I have for today's journaling session. I really hope you enjoyed journaling with me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I will see you next time.